Hello beautiful people, how are you all doing? Today's tutorial is going to be the drafting of a 4-piece skirt. Very simple and easy to make. In Ghana we call it 4-corner slit or 4-pieces slit. So if this is what you want to learn, please stay tuned to the end of this video. Before starting with this tutorial, I would like to welcome my new viewers to my channel. Please subscribe, share and like my video. One way to help this channel is to subscribe. Please subscribe, help grow my channel. So without wasting much of your time, let's get on with this tutorial. So to draft this skirt, you need some materials. So let's get started. So guys, as you can see, I have my pattern paper in front of me here, and I also drew out a vertical line here, and from the edge of the pattern I measured 9 inches. You can measure up to 10 inches or 8 inches depending on how full you want the down to be. So I measured 9 inches, and I measured 9 inches all the way down, and I drew a line. And then this line is going to serve as my starting point where I'll be measuring my horizontal measurements. And one thing I want to tell you is I'm going to use this pattern to draft both the front, and then I'll show you how to draft the back on the same pattern. So to draft this 4-piece skirt, you will need some measurements to take. So in this case, from my waist to my hip is 8 inches, and from my waist to my knee is 18 inches. I'm marking 18 inches because my knee is 20 inches and I minus 2 inches, because when you minus 2 inches or 3 inches, it depends on how you want the fitting in your knee sides to be. So I'll start marking my measurements, and I'm taking 40 inches for the length of the skirt. So with the help of my tape, I'm going to place my tape on the waistline and then mark 8 inches for the hip line, 18 inches for the knee, and then 40 inches for the skirt length. So I'm going to mark the waist to the hip 8 inches all across, and then draw a straight line. And then from the waist to the knee is 18 inches. We will be imputing the waist circumference. The waist I'm working on is 38 inches. You'll be dividing your waist circumference by 4, and then your hip circumference by 4. So the waist I'm working on is 38 inches, divided by 4 is 9.5. So I mark 9.5 inches here. And my hip circumference is 44 inches, divided by 4 is 11 inches. On the knee line, depending on how pencil you want your skirt to be, that fish shape you want the skirt to be. So whatever you have on the hip line, you'll be minusing 1 or 1.5. Or you can even take up to 2 inches away from the hip line. So what I have here on the hip line is 11 inches. 11 inches minus 1.5, because I'm taking 1.5 inches. So 11 minus 1.5 is 9.5 inches. So on this hemline, I'm taking 16 inches. You can take 15 inches depending on how wide you want the down part to be. So I'm taking 16 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do is to connect the points. So you see, our skirt is almost getting ready. Now this is the center front, so on the knee line you are going to be connecting a straight line to come and meet this hemline. The next thing you are going to be doing is to add half an inch here in the center front here. You add half an inch all the way down for the sewing allowance. If you want to add your side seam allowance on the paper, you can go ahead and do so, or you can choose to cut it on the fabric and then add your seam allowances. But I'm going to add all the allowances here so that it will be easy for you when you place it on your fabric to cut. There's no need of adding seam allowances and so on. So I'm adding 1.5 inch for the side seam allowance, and I'm adding half inch in front here, in the center front here, for the joining allowance. So guys, I've added the side seam allowance 1.5 inch, and then in the center front here I added half an inch for the sewing allowance. Also, I'll be labeling the lines. This is the waist line, this is the hip line, this is the knee line, and then this is the hem line. Our 4 pieces skirt is ready. It's very simple and easy to make. Don't forget that anytime you are cutting 4 pieces skirts, always make sure that you leave extra 10 inches, 9 or 8 inches allowance here. That helps you to know how much wideness you want at the bottom of the skirt. So next I'll be indicating the back on this same pattern. This is the front panel. When cutting, you'll be cutting 4 pieces of this pattern, 2 pieces for the front and then 2 pieces for the back. So the front piece is going to have half an inch sewing allowance, but for the back piece, what you are going to do is to know how much zipper allowance you want to take. So I'll be indicating the back with the red marker. So you are going to mark 9 inches or 8 inches for the zipper length, and then you are going to take 1.5 inch for the zipper allowance. You can take 2 inches, you can take 1 inch, it depends on you. So I'll be marking 1.5 inch, not on this allowance line, from this center line. So the 8 inches for the zipper length is this. So this is the zipper length, 8 inches. Then when you get to the knee length, you then connect it straight to meet the hemline, as you can see me doing. So this is the back, this is the front panel, and then this is the back panel. But before you cut the front, you cut off the back first, 2 pieces, then you cut off the front. So our 4 pieces skirt is ready. So I'll go ahead and cut it. So I'm not cutting on the back, I'm cutting on the front. I just showed you guys how to mark the back on your fabric. So this is the front. You are going to cut 4 pieces of this. So lovely people, we have come to the end of our today's tutorial. If you find this tutorial helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share to support my channel, and on your notification bell to be updated anytime I upload a new video. If you want me to make a tutorial on how to sew the 4 pieces skirt, please go ahead and leave a comment down the comment section. I'll be ever ready and I'll be ever available to answer your questions. So let me know if you want me to make a tutorial on the 4 pieces skirt. So you are going to cut 4 pieces of this, 2 pieces for the front, 2 pieces for the back. and the 2 pieces for the back, you are going to add your zipper allowance. That's the 1.5 inch or and your zipper length. So guys, thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.